Alright, today I'm making a barbecue pizza with homemade barbecue sauce using the Lodge cast iron baking sheet on the actual barbecue. It's been really hot here in summertime, so we usually don't like turning on the oven to heat up the house. I decided to go ahead and try this out on the barbecue using the Weber grill here and some coals. This is actually my third pizza doing it this way, and I'm pretty happy with the results. So I just wanted to show that you can use this baking sheet for a lot other things besides baking pizza in the oven. And that's one of the cool things about cast iron, and I really want to take this camping and try out using it as a griddle while we're camping. Alright, so let me get started. So here are the ingredients I'm going to use for our homemade barbecue sauce. You can actually find this recipe on the back of the grandma's original molasses, but it's ketchup, vinegar, Worcestershire, molasses, mustard, garlic powder, cayenne, and some hot sauce. I'm also going to be using some green onion and a red onion, and going to be doing some bacon pieces, of course. If you've seen my other video on using bacon pieces, it's actually a really good thing to cook in your cast iron. I'm going to be barbecuing up 2 chicken breasts to go on there, and I'm going to just have the chicken breasts, so that way they cook a little bit quicker. Finally got my knife sharpened. Seasoning them up with some Pappy's seasoning. I really love this stuff. And a little bit of this stuff goes a long way, so I'm just going to sprinkle it in here and give the chicken a nice rub. You really don't need a whole lot of this stuff. The flavor goes a long ways. Chicken's all ready, so I'm going to go out and check the barbecue. Alright, I got my coals warmed up, and I spread them out in a circle like this. I'll explain why in a second. Basically, I don't want a lot of heat directly under the pan, but I got my coals spread out. I'm going to go ahead and throw the grate on and start the chicken grilling. Now I'm going to want to grill the chicken and continue to let the coals heat up, because we want to use the coals after they get pretty warm. Okay, so today I'm using dough that we made, and if you purchase the Lodge cast iron pizza baking sheet, it actually comes with a pretty quick and easy and actually pretty good dough recipe. So we just made it in the KitchenAid, and we cut it up into 2 dough balls, and so we can actually make 2 pizzas with it. So I'm just going to get this spread out and into pizza size, and then put it on our baking sheet. Okay, so if you saw the last pizza video, I warmed up this cast iron pizza pan in the oven first. On the grill though, since there's so much heat coming up from below the pan, it actually will burn the crust if you get it hot before. So it's cold, and I greased it with bacon grease, and I put our cornmeal on there, and I'm going to put this pizza dough down, get it spread out here, and then we'll start putting our toppings on. And I think the chicken's done right about now. I'm going to go pull that off the grill, bring everything in, and put down our homemade barbecue sauce, and then all of our toppings for the barbecue pizza, and go throw it on the grill. Okay, so our chicken's done. I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to leave the lid off the barbecue so that way the coals will continue to get hotter. I want this right around about 400 degrees so I can put the pizza pan in here. So I have the coals kind of set. I kind of want them to go around in a ring here, so that way the heat kind of comes up around the side of the pizza. I don't want a lot of direct heat right underneath the crust, because that pizza pan, is going to get really hot because it's cast iron, so it's going to soak up all the heat. So I'm trying to avoid the crust burning, and I'm going to let this go. I'm going to go put the toppings on and then come back, and hopefully it'll be around 400-450 degrees. Check out the other video I did on this barbecue hack and how I added this thermometer to my Weber. Alright, so let's start with the barbecue sauce here. And the sauce is really tasty barbecue sauce, and I should have added a lot more to it because it just tastes so good. Mozzarella cheese. Pepperonis, of course. Here's our grilled chicken diced up. Our bacon pieces. green onion and red onion. Some minced garlic. Finishing our bag of mozzarella cheese, and then the 3-cheese Costco blend on top. Alright, so it's a little over 400 degrees right now. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in and put the lid back on and let it cook for about 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, so there we go. Put the lid on and then I'll check it in 10 minutes. Alright, it's been the first 10 minutes. Let's give it a turn, take a look. Oh yeah. Give it about a quarter of a turn and put the lid back on. Alright, so let's take a look. It's been 20 minutes now. And rotate this again. Yeah, the bottom of the crust is starting to get done, but we need the cheese to cook a little bit more. So I'm going to close the bottom vents and just kind of let the heat circulate around in there. So for the next 10 minutes here, I'm just going to close all the vents down and kind of let the heat just circulate around and hopefully finish melting the rest of that cheese and baking the crust a little bit more. Alright, so it's almost been, it's been about 28 minutes total, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pull it off, so let's take a look. Looking pretty darn good to me. Alright, so here you can see the crust. This is the first pizza that I did. Started to burn just slightly, but it was still really good. So our second one actually came out a little bit better than our first one did as far as the bottom crust goes. So let's take a look here. This one, the coals actually got a little bit easier to control as far as the temperature goes. So it was a little bit easier to manage the heat, and this actually was about 350, 375, and the exact same ingredients and everything, so it just came out a little bit better because the coals are easier to control. So you might just want to let your coals sit for a while, maybe like 20 or 30 minutes, and then throw your pizza on if you're going to try this. But both of them came out really great, and I'm pretty impressed with this. We didn't even heat up the house with the oven. It was about 100 and something today, so this is pretty awesome. Alright, so thanks for watching.